what we're trying to do is learn the difference between pseudocode and Python for the purpose of your Cambridge International AS or A-level exams. So let's talk about selection statements. So in Python, we can use the keyword if to make some sort of decision about which statement to execute next. So we understand that if the condition is true, we then print whatever is indented, and Python relies on this indentation to control this. And in this case, the else clause would say if this condition is false, then let's do something else. How does that translate to the example of pseudocode? Well, it's very similar because this construct exists in almost every language. A difference being that we don't have the colon, and we have the then operator, the then keyword, I would say, and then end if. So obviously we need to give x and y some variables. Make x and y some variables. So let's make x and y an integer. Let's say x is 100 and y is 500. Same thing in Python, I can do that all on one line. I can just say x, y is 100 to 500. I could do it like that. You can see what this would do. So this prints do this instead because the logical condition was false. Okay, that's all well and good. What else can we do? It's important to understand that the indentation is often there in pseudocode, but it has no impact on the syntax of the program. So I could actually write this statement like this, and it would execute. You might not realize that you can actually do that in Python to some degree. There are some rules, like we can have clauses and the statements on the same line, and that actually still executes as well. It's probably better practice to do this like nicely spaced, maybe a blank space before, right? What else can we do? We can then do a nested if, and the same thing applies in pseudocode. That would look very similar, but I would need just to consider my operators here. So there are some differences that you need to consider. So maybe let's talk about the comparative operators. In Python, we've got operators. We've got greater than, less than, not equal to, less than or equal to, bigger than or equal to, and then in as well. In pseudocode, these are similar. We've got less than, greater than, and then we've got equal to, which is different. And then we've got not equal to. And then rather than using two separate ASCII symbols for, they've changed it. It used to be different. Okay, so greater than or equal to are exactly the same. So you must understand that the pseudocode guide changes every time the syllabus is revised, so this has changed over the years. So just remember that the single equals is equal to, and that makes sense because we're using a different symbol for assignment, right? These are two different things. And if you think about not equal to, it's either less than or bigger than, therefore not equal to. Nesting is the same, as I was saying. Just need to make sure to pass and end if. And I've made a mistake. I've written print, sorry, but obviously the output statement needs to be output. So in here, I'm nesting it, and then in this case, this is the logical equivalent of doing the and, right? So if I can say x is bigger than y, do this. I guess if I didn't do this, I could just say and. X is bigger than y, and x is equal to 100, and do this. So this is nesting. So far, it's the same, right? What else is there to talk about? Oh, let's talk about case statements. So a case statement in pseudocode is another way of doing mutually exclusive conditions. So, for example, let's maybe change this program to use mutually exclusive conditions instead. So let's do that if that, and then else let's do. Okay. So how does that look in Python? The only difference being that we use the elif condition in Python for a mutually exclusive condition. What does that mean? It means x can either be bigger than y, or x can be equal to 100, or else. And in this case, we only want to print one message, which is why we're using mutually exclusive conditions. That's just for an example. I could also write that as a case statement. So let me just remind myself of the syntax for this. So I can say case of x, and then list my different clauses. I can say, oh, maybe it only works with direct comparisons. Yes, okay, bad example. So let's just change this and let's say, okay, if x is 99, let's do this. So this works if I can have some direct comparisons. I can just say when x has the case of 99, then we can output, let's do this. When x has the case of 100, we can output hello. And then the last one is otherwise, we can output do this instead. And that's ending the case statement, right? Now we need to think like, okay, well, how do we do that in Python? So if you've learned maybe Python for GCSE, you might think, okay, case select statement doesn't exist, right? Is that still the truth? So actually, there is a new bit of syntax in the newest version of Python that allows you to use case statements. I can't demonstrate this right now because I do not have Python 3.10 installed on this computer. But if you want to do some extra reading, you can actually do a case statement in Python using this new match command if you've got 3.10 installed. Do you need to know that for your exam? No, because if you ever saw a case statement in pseudocode, the Python equivalent is absolutely fine to just use elif. That makes sense. All right, so far we've talked about conditional statements and case statements and comparative operators. Let's talk about indefinite loops. In Python, we can say something like while x is less than y, print hello, and make x double or something like that. What would this do? It would run the statements inside the loop while ever the condition is still true. So let's play this in action. So we did it 4 times because x is 100, and then it went to 200, then it went to 400, then it went to 800. Oh, it was only 3 times, wasn't it? Sorry, one of the hellos was from this statement being true. So 3 times. So this is an indefinite loop, right? Very similar in pseudocode. Rather than colon, we just don't have anything. While needs to be in uppercase. Output instead of print. We've got the arrow being used for x. X is already declared, so I don't need to declare it, right? And then to end the statement, you guessed it, we need to use end while. So this is how an indefinite loop works. Specifically, this is one type of indefinite loop. This is a precondition loop. This is where the condition is evaluated at the start. Let's just write that here. So this is a precondition loop. The other type of loop is a post-condition loop. And in pseudocode, that would instead look like this. Repeat, output hello, and then double x until x is bigger than or equal to y. This is the direct equivalence of this. So look at what I did. I inverted the condition because it's now a post-condition loop. The condition is what has to happen for the loop to stop. But in a precondition loop, the condition is what has to happen for the loop to continue. That's the difference. Does this exist in Python? Well, not really, because we don't have the repeat until keyword, but we can do something similar like this. We can say while true, print hello, double x, and then we can put the condition in to break the loop, right? If x is greater than or equal to y, then break. I don't think you should do this. Don't do this. You should be thinking logically what is the condition that keeps the loop running instead. But that is the sort of equivalent of a post-condition loop in pseudocode to one in Python. Is that everything for this one? So we've talked about selection statements, so if, else, or if, elif, else. We've talked about case statements. So case of, otherwise. Comparative operators are the two types of indefinite loops.